Hey everyone, it's Albie. Welcome back to my channel. For today's Smut Miss video, I'm going to go over my favorites for skincare, beauty, and beauty tools. It's one of my favorites to film. Not usually one of my most popular since this is a booktube channel, but it's still sort of fun. So I'll start off with my skincare. As always, like, this is for my skin. I'm 31, I have oily skin, so this is what works for me. So it may not work for you, but this is what I really like. Almost everything in this whole video is drugstore or I got it at a really good sale. So nothing too wild in this whole video, so that's nice too. All right, all of my skincare is drugstore. So the two things I use every single day for skincare are the Good Molecules niacimimide serum and the Good Molecules hyaluronic acid serum. I use these every single night. And on Mondays, I use this with conjunction to those two, and it is the overnight exfoliating treatment. It is an AHA peeler, really strong, so I only use it once a week with the conjunction of the others. And then I also only use this once a week. It is the Good Molecules retinol, gentle retinol cream. I use this on Wednesdays, and I do use this in conjunction with the hyaluronic acid and the niacinamide, but nothing else. All right, in the mornings and when I wash off my makeup, I use the CeraVe Renewing SA Cleanser. This has salicilic acid. Really have loved this. I've really noticed a difference in the oil production on my face. I feel like my skin looks a little matte longer. My pores have definitely appeared less clogged, and I've really noticed a big improvement by switching to this from, I think before I used the oily skin version of Cetaphil, but this with the salicylic acid, which is supposed to be good for your oil production and like pores and stuff. I've really noticed a wonderful difference. Now I've about halfway finished with this bottle, and I've used it, I think, since this summer. So if you see this on sale, I got this on sale on Amazon for like $12 for the value pack. Pick it up because it's a really good deal. And then every evening and every morning, so this is the only thing I use in the morning. These are the only two things I use. I wash my face in the morning with this, and then after my shower I put on like half a pump of lotion, and it's the CeraVe. I have the baby version. You don't have to have the baby version. It's the same formula for the adult, but it's the moisturizing lotion. I use half a pump at night after I've washed my face. It's the only moisturizer I use. I use this at night, and I do use this in the morning. It's the only thing that goes on my face before cosmetics. And so starting off with cosmetics, I'll sort of just do my favorites of every little item. So I have to look down here. So I do use two color correctors. I have like, it's not like melasma, but I just have like different color tones on my face that if I don't correct them, I just have like a weird like cast on my face, so I don't like that. So I have to use like color correctors. So the two that I've really loved the most, this is a cult classic, the LA Girl Pro Conceal in Peach. I've actually found lately that this is too dark for me, and so I've actually been using my Maybelline eraser. I have the pink one. I think it's 160 in America. So the 160, it's usually just the pink. Literally, it's a pink color corrector. I use this under my eyes and anywhere now that I have discoloration because I found that the peach is just too deep. So I've really loved both of these, the LA Girl and the Maybelline in the 160. So this is this one called Light Peach. What's this one? Just peach corrector and 160 pink. All right. And then I kind of do like underpainting. So I do like liquids or cream first and then like my powder foundation. So I actually do my blush after my color correctors. So the blush I've really loved this year is the NYX Sweet Cheeks. It's the Soft Cheek Tint Blush Mousse. I use this shade Bombshell, and I really love this applicator because it's like a doe foot. So it's really fun to put your blush on. I just do like 3 little dots. I do like a triangle, like 1, 2, 3. I think I saw that like in a vintage video, and it's a really nice placement for like a diamond face, just to have it like more here, like more on the apples rather than like up here. It doesn't even show up because my hair is always down. So I did that for a while where I had the blush. I had the blush like that, and you couldn't even see it because my hair. So I do it more like on the apples now, and I'm much happier for my face shape and the color. So the color looks intimidating because it is pretty deep, but on my skin tone, it's really a lovely, like, kind of like I've been out in the snow or I'm really flushed. It has a really lovely like flush tone. So a little does go a long way because it's pretty pigmented, but it's not like, I've never used it, but I hear the Rare Beauties are really so pigmented that they're almost encumbersome. So I've really loved the NYX. They have about 7 or 8 shades, and this is Bombshell. I've really liked this one the most. So like kind of like a berry flush tone. I really like it. I don't have a favorite concealer because I just really could not find one I've loved this year. I'm hoping I can honestly just get rid of it and just use my pink corrector, because this is technically concealer, but it's like a concealer color corrector. So I use this under my eyes, but I've used it now to spot conceal my face, and which is what I use a concealer for. But this one is the NYX Can't Stop Won't Stop. I have the shade Vanilla. It has no doe foot. This is a matte formula. I have oily skin, so matte works the best for me. I just haven't really loved this one. It's been the best that I've tried this year. But I honestly can't remember what I used to use. I just feel like I've never found a concealer that's really worked well. The L'Oreal Infallible does not work well for me. The e.l.f. I just can't find a shade for me in it. And there's just not a really good like undertone selection. And when I'm looking for concealers, everyone wants to like sort of like bleach out their under eye, and I'm just looking for something that's going to match my skin tone. I don't wear liquid foundation, but sometimes I want something a little more than my powder foundation because it's just, I put it on pretty sheer. So I really can't find one I like. So if y'all have a matte medium to full coverage, I don't have to have full coverage. I don't like full coverage on me. It doesn't look, it looks funky, but I really like matte because I'm really oily and I like it to last all day. So if y'all have a favorite matte concealer, let me know. I can't try there's a NYX serum one. I can't use it because I'm allergic. It has mushrooms and I'm allergic to mushroom. So I'll look it up and make sure I'm not allergic before I use it. But if y'all have a recommendation, let me know. I can't find, like I've thought about this one. I can't really find a color, like a skin tone color. So I might just use the pink. Even though I'm like I'm not a pink undertone. It works really well. So, all right. And so that's sort of my base other than my foundation. I've tried a couple different powder foundations this year. For shade matches for me, I'm like a light to fair light, neutral, maybe olive, or neutral leaning warm. So matches for me, I don't put it on full coverage, like full swipe in, build it up to full coverage. So what I wear works, but I don't put it on to the full opacity, so it may not work if you wear it full. Just for reference, I wear L'Oreal Infallible. I used to wear L'Oreal Infallible and I believe 120 Vanilla. Most of my shades I'm vanilla, so 120 Vanilla. And then the one I really did like a lot, when I switched over to talc free, I think I decluttered it because I literally, it's gone. I used it all up, was the Essence Powder Foundation, and I wore shade 05 Vanilla. I was going to put that as my favorite, but the shade selection is abysmal. I believe it's either 8 or 10 shades, and I'm the 5th shade. I do not look anywhere near like the medium shade. I'm very pale, very, you know, there's nothing about me that should be the middle of the road for a full scope of colors. So I was really, really upset about that because it's terrible selection, especially if you have a deeper complexion, which would mean like you have some sun, like not even like, obviously I'm almost a ghost. So I was really disappointed in that. It is talc free, which I like. It is a good price. It's like $5.99, but I'm going to say I've used this for like a month, no, not a month, like 2 weeks. And I have bought it before, but it is the e.l.f. I believe this is e.l.f. Camo Powder Foundation. I've really enjoyed this. Some of it might fall out because I've used it. I wear the shade 205 Neutral. So here it is for reference. I don't wear it full coverage, but I would say it's a little neutral. It's coming up a little warmer on my camera, but 205 Neutral is a really good match for me. There is a 210, but so far this one seems really fine. It doesn't seem, I don't feel like it's too light. I don't feel like it's too dark. So I think this might be a good match for me. But 205N. So yeah, I'm gonna say that this is my favorite foundation of the year. It doesn't have any problems. It's been fine, as though the other ones I've tried. And they have a much better shade selection for people. Like they even have undertones. Like I'm usually a neutral undertone. They have a neutral. They have cool tone and they have warm tone. And their shade selection isn't as good as like Fenty or Estee Lauder, who has like 50 shades or 60 something now. But for drugstore prices, this is $11. I feel like they're heading in the right direction. And I think 205N is a newer color, so they're adding more, so that's even better. So always impressed by that. e.l.f. has really been my favorite brand this year overall, and I've been really happy with this powder foundation. I've sort of said before, like I don't wear it full coverage, so if you're oily and you want to do like a skin tint look, use like a powder foundation on a bigger brush. So I'll go over my favorite brushes in a minute, but I really love this powder. All right, let me see what's next. For my eyebrows, I don't really use anything special. I use a matte, sort of blonde, light brown color from an eyeshadow palette. I don't really have a favorite for that. So that's my eyebrows. My favorite foundation, no, not my favorite foundations. My favorite eyeshadows for this year. I had to declutter and get rid of my most used because it was expired at this point and it's literally gone. It was the Urban Decay Naked Mini 3. Absolutely love that palette. I'm slowly getting rid of all my talc products. So it had expired and I used it all up and it had talc, so I'm not going to repurchase it. But I have some other really fun ones. So over here I do have my other most used palette. This one does have talc, so I'm probably not going to repurchase it, but I do like it. If the talc doesn't bother you, this is a wonderful one. So this is the 18 Cool Tone Matte Essentials by Morphe. What I really like about this is like a lot of warm tones, especially like a warm brown, they end up looking orange on me. And so when I don't really use the actual cool tones in this, even though they're all cool toned, I love their shades of brown. Like they have these really lovely taupey browns, and just like really lovely earth tones. I think y'all can see that well. But I don't, you can see I don't even use these colors. They're not even dipped in. I've used the charcoal and the black a little bit, but the first two rows I've used a lot. This was my eyebrow shade for most of the year. So I just use this one. But I love the shades of brown in this because they don't go orange. And so if you're a person that your eyeshadow tends to go like an orange color, even though it's not supposed to, look for this palette because it is really lovely. And this retails for $18 Ulta, and like at Target I think you can get it now, but the cool tones. So it's matte, which I like, and really good variety. You get a really nice mirror too. All right, and then my newest palette I'm really been loving. I'm wearing it today. It's an e.l.f. palette. e.l.f. has been my favorite this year. It is talc free, it's cruelty free, and it's $10. You get 10 colors for $10. And this one is called I believe it's Nude Mood. It doesn't say, but I'm like 100% sure it's called Nude Mood. I think the Sunset one was warmer. This one is all matte, which I love. It is neutrals, which I also love and pretty boring. And you can see there's more of like a cool toned. So let me get my Morphe to show you. So here's the Morphe compared to the e.l.f. You can see the colors are really similar. They're not overly cool. They're not icy. They're not these grays. But the browns are a cool tone brown, so they don't go orange. There are a few that are a little bit warmer, but they're more like neutral neutral colors. That really have loved this one. I've had it for about a week and really been impressed. If you're looking for talc free, cruelty free, inexpensive, I mean 10 for 10 colors or $10, wonderful. And I really like the selection. Like even if you are like a deeper complexion, I think you still get a really good amount of colors, because I mean there's only a few that are super fair, and this can always be like a brow bone highlight. So I think this is a really lovely option. It doesn't have a black, so if you love a black like a eyeliner with powder, I would do this Sunset one. The Sunset one is also all matte, and it's a little bit warmer toned, and it has a little more like a orangey browns, and I believe that one has a black. This one, the darkest shade, is more like a brown tea, more like an espresso brown. It's not actually black at all. So really have been loving this one. And then I don't use a lot of shimmer, but this is beautiful. This is the ColourPop Super Shock Shadow in the shade Ritz. It is super pretty. It goes on almost sheer with sparkles. I'm gonna put a swatch on. I don't know if you can see that. Like there's a little bit of like a copper hue here, but on the eyelid it just looks like fairy dust shimmer. It's really pretty. It is $7, which I think is a little bit expensive for just one little eyeshadow, but like I'm not a sparkle person, so this is perfect for me if you want a minimal makeup and just want one sparkle. Ritz is lovely. I think it's more universal. I think as someone who's a like fair light, this works really lovely on me. I think even deeper looks really pretty as well. And they also have Ladybird. So if this is too deep for you, I would try Ladybird. That's one I might pick up. All right, lip liner. Let me get it out my purse. I have my old lady grandma bag. Have my cosmetic. All right, let me get it out. All right, I have, this is my favorite. It is the L'Oreal Color Riche in the shade Au Natural. I'll do a little swatch of it. It's just a really like Your Lips but better color. It's been my favorite. All right, and then lip colors. I'll do my swatches. Now, both of these are luxury lipsticks, but I paid, the most expensive one was $12. So this one is by MAC. It's the shade Chili. You can get the mini for $15, which honestly lipsticks, I don't know whoever uses a whole tube. So I think $15 for the mini is fine. Here's the mini for comparison. I do have a mini in Velvet Teddy, and you still get a lot of product. So here is Chili by MAC. I'm going to do a swatch. Really pretty, like a brownie red. Sorry, let me put this up. But here's Chili. And then my other favorite red, I got this for $12. It's Pat McGrath, and this is the shade Elson. And if you are a Swiftie, this is apparently what Taylor Swift wears in day-to-day life. I think on the Eras tour, she wears Elson 4, which is a liquid lip. I do not like liquid, but apparently this is what she wears day-to-day. Oh, I should have put it, let me put it over here so you can see it better. All right, this was $12. It's still $12 at Pat McGrath. So Elson is more of a cool tone blue, but it doesn't look funky on me. Like a person who has warmer skin, it still looks really good. So this right now is $12. Really pretty for Elson. And then the one you want, if you want the Eras Tour lip, that's Elson 4. But this is just regular Elson, named after the model Karen Elson. And then this is Chili. So you can, oh, here's a good view. So Chili you can see is a little more of a brown red, and Elson is a really more vibrant, cool toned. So really have loved both of these so much. All right, and then in my bag, lip oil. This is LA Colors lip oil. It's my favorite. I'm actually gonna put a little bit on. This is really my favorite. My favorite this whole year. This is Strawberry Fizz. I got this at Dollar General. It's like under $2. So look at Dollar Tree, look at Dollar General. But the LA Colors lip oil lasts a long time. Really lovely flavors, I guess you call them. So this one kind of tastes like Nerds. And the other one, I have this color in Berry Burst. There's honestly not too much of a color difference, but they have a little bit different flavors. This one tastes like Warheads, and the strawberry tastes like Nerds. So if you like flavors like that, like kind of like a sour candy flavor, really enjoyable. These do not have a plumper, which I prefer. I don't like plumpers. They honestly just dry out your lips and make them irritated. And they don't actually plump. But the LA Color lip oil, wonderful, and such a great bargain. All right. And then for my favorite setting powder, I actually use the e.l.f. again. This has been my favorite. It's the e.l.f. Perfect Finish HD powder. I will say you go through it pretty quickly. I don't use it that often, but like as a touch-up powder. And I've already had pans. I'm a little disappointed in that, but it looks really scary because it's white, but honestly, really lovely. I also like this one. It's not my favorite. I'm not going to repurchase this one. I am going to repurchase the e.l.f. one, but it's the CoverGirl Clean Fresh, and I have this one in 140 Light. This is also translucent and just has a little bit of color. So this one's wonderful. This one I find can get a little cakey. So like at the end of the day, I'm oily. This one would kind of kick me up a little bit, but if you put it on like as your finishing powder, it's fine. But this one, don't let the white powder fool you. It's been really lovely. And I actually put it on with one of my favorite brushes. So I'll go over my favorite mascara, and this is a repurchase. I switched to the Carbon Black because the brown was just not really, it wasn't showing up as well. So I got the Telescopic by L'Oreal in Carbon Black. This is pretty inexpensive. I usually get my makeup on Amazon because I live out in a rural area, and so like the closest place to me is a Dollar General. They don't carry a lot of makeup, and so I want my favorites, and I like mostly drugstore, so I just go on Amazon. I really love the wand. Super skinny. That's my favorite thing about it. Some people don't like the skinny ones because it like pokes their eyes. If you have small eyes, try these little ones because I have small eyes and they're a big help. They make everything a little more easier. So favorite mascara, the L'Oreal. All right, and then my favorite brushes. So I have my really fun brush cup. It's I got this on Etsy, I think from Fugly Barbie. This is I like my tea, how I like my romance novels, hot and steamy. And I just keep my everyday brushes in here, and then my mascara, just because it's with eyes. All right, so my favorite brushes. This is what I use for my powder foundation, and it is the Real Techniques 202. It has a really unique shape. It's kind of like contour. I originally bought this to use as bronzer because it kind of follows the shape of like the curvature of a face. But I switched over to powder foundation, and I really love it. It's big enough that I get a good surface area. I tap mine in just like that all over. I don't use a lot, so I kind of do like the oily version of a skin tint. So it's like powder skin tint. But the 202 brush, really lovely. Other ones I love are the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. And then there's a Morphe Jaclyn Hill one I like, but I think it's discontinued. But the Real Techniques 202, wonderful. And it's under $10, or should be. And then I also love this brush. It's my fake Temu, or it's from Temu. I didn't know that this was a knockoff, or I think it is real. I really do think it's real. It does not feel fake. It is from Temu. I got it for $2. It's the Makeup Forever professional powder brush. This retails for $55 at Sephora. I bought mine off Temu. I just bought it. It looked like this on Temu. It didn't have the like the logos and stuff. It was just a brown wood. I just thought it was pretty. But if you want the Makeup Forever brush, it's the 128 Straight and Wavy. But I bought it off Temu. Just look for a brown brush like this that says powder brush, and it's a Makeup Forever brush. Apparently, I'm pretty sure this is real. It doesn't feel fake. It feels like a really nice brush. So I think this fell off the truck and landed at Temu. So if you want to find the dupe, just look up powder brushes on Temu and look for the brown wooden handle with the gold ferrule and the kind of ombre bristles, and you'll find it. But it's a Makeup Forever brush, the 128. But yeah, I didn't know it was fake. You can't really return stuff to Temu, so I'm just gonna use it. All right, the brush I use for my eyeshadow, where is it? There it is. It's kind of broken, but it's a straight flat brush. I think this is like an eyeliner brush, but it works well. Let's see if I can, for eyebrows. This is the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH43. I don't know, the JH is Jaclyn Hill, but I wonder if you go to the Morphe section at Ulta if the 43 is the same brush. So I'm not quite sure, but it's just a flat, like it looks like a straight flat eyeliner brush, but I use it for my eyebrows. So yeah. And then my favorite eyeshadow brushes, let me get them out right here. These are the ones I use every day. And I use the Repor 02. It's just a flat eyeshadow brush. You can get one from Wet n Wild for under $1 on Amazon. But it's a Repor 02 brush. Really like this one. And then if you excuse me, if you have small eyes, I really love this, the Morphe Jaclyn Hill JH40. It's a really small dome. I use this for the deeper part of the crease color. And then what I use for my crease brush, this is from Sigma, the E45 small tapered blending brush. So just a blending brush, but you can see it's smaller. It's not as small as Jaclyn Hill, but it's a lot smaller than compared to, I don't even have one out because I don't use them, but smaller than like this Repor one. So I like smaller brushes. I might do a whole video on small brushes for small eyes. Let me know if that's something you'd be interested in as like a little bonus video. But yeah, and then the two final items I have are like beauty maintenance. This I got from Temu. It's really popular on TikTok. It's a split end hair trimmer. I've used it twice and I've really enjoyed it. It does not get all your split ends, but your hair does feel a lot better. You just have to work in small sections. You have to flat. If your hair is curly like mine, my hair is naturally curly. First time I did it, I did my hair when my hair was curly, and it kind of cut off a lot of my hair. Like my hair was a lot longer. It was like to here, and you can see it's gone up quite a bit. But so definitely if you have curly hair, blow dry it straight or something before you use the split end trimmer. But really helpful tool. So I really enjoyed that. It was inexpensive. It's inexpensive on TikTok shop, but I prefer Temu or Amazon, so I got on Temu. And then my final favorite beauty item is the Unbrush. I saw this on TikTok. I bought it on Amazon because I don't necessarily trust TikTok shop, but my hair is kind of matted, but you can see it goes through pretty well. Like it's nothing groundbreaking. Like if you have a wet brush that's in good condition, you don't really need an Unbrush. But what I like about this is like it doesn't have the little beads on the end, and this is vented, so I blow dry my hair straight. I can brush my hair and have the heat go through like this and get it straight with the blow dryer. So I like that. So if you're a person that blows out their hair straight with the blow dryer, like you have to use a lot of heat to get it straight, like you have curly hair, the Unbrush I think is a better investment than the wet brush, just because it doesn't have the beads on the end and it has this really nice ventilation. So yeah, I've rambled on far too long. This video is crazy long. But yeah, these are my favorites from 2023 for skincare, beauty, and beauty tools. Well, everyone have a wonderful day. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and comment, and I'll see y'all on Sunday for my final Smut Miss video. Bye, everyone.